90% of celebrities are worshiping the devil, and the reason for that is getting to that place of being a celebrity, you must do certain things. I don't think all of them know that they worship the devil until they get to certain level, then they get to know that they were actually worshiping the devil. But getting to that stage of being a celebrity, you must be bowing to something that you know or do not know. Yeah, Jesus said that the devil is the prince of this world. So for you to really get to that place, you have to be able to first bow to the devil for you to have.
There we go again. Another group of Satanists performing a seance, a ritual on live TV in Ireland for a soccer game in the Eurovision semifinals. Guys, viewer discretion is advised. This just proves that there is a war in the spirit that people choose to ignore, either God or the devil. You choose. Bruh, literal witchcraft for millions of people viewing that, and I'm sure kids saw that too and allowed seances in their home, man. I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus Christ, man. Repent and believe in the gospel.
Affiliation rituals.
Yes. And sometimes they don't even get in. So a lot of these stars, a lot of these celebrities that want to get to, the higher level, the A-list or whatever, they come to them to get in. And they're like, I don't want you. They pick and choose. Whoever could be the better puppet is who can get in. And yes, they be sacrificing family. They be doing a whole fuck. Absolutely. But it's way more than that. And to get out of the contract, you see these humiliation rituals and things like that. You gotta do a lot to get out of that shit. But you gonna get what you want.
But that's like the devil. Like, it's actually like the devil. Like,
and we're happy for you and the awards. You know what I'm saying?
Monique. Impressions based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
And you brought in God because I'm a Baptist. I'm very religious. I like to hear that because there's a bunch of devil worshippers in Hollywood.
It's a level of success where it's a door.
And there's a lot of black folks too.
When you platinum and you're getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you can walk in.
And they be throwing up them signs. You see them, this, that, all of them. Watch the rappers. Watch them folks. It's scary. It's very scary. That devil is real.
A lot of people go through it. That money divides us. Even your closest friend can become your enemy over that eye on the dollar bill. That evil, the evil, the devils, the evils, the devils. You know what I mean?
Ozzy recently came out with a new song called Lilith, and the whole concert is based on the spirit. The reason that I say spirit is because in Isaiah 34:14, it clearly states that Lilith is a night demon and is a demon of lust. Can clearly see that she's representing this demon in this concert, as well as doing a ritual type performance.
She put hashtag Lilith is coming, and that's the name of a famous demon. She starts the performance by throwing her dark ritual robot.
It's a Babylon.
The same exact thing. It's just so... And I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Lilith, that big shadow in the background of the demon.
If you see, it's not only being done in this concert, but they're representing it in games as well as raves, because when you're in a rave, you're obviously drinking and you're obviously smoking, doing all of these type of drugs, so it's easier for you to be able to take in all of the negativity that demon is sending to you, and that's why
does the
it's
spirit
opening
drink alcohol? Yes, the spirit drink a lot when it comes. Wait. So the spirit enters you, and then when you
I don't drink.
The spirit drinks through you.
Yeah, I don't drink. I don't smoke. When the spirit comes in,
Did you know
drink.
the Island Boys who sold their soul to the devil? You need to watch this.
That was 9 months ago. I was on TikTok Live, and I was living in my baby mother's crib, taking care of my baby, and I sold my soul.
This is very common for celebrities who sell their soul for money, power, and fame. The truth is you can't sell your soul to the devil because Ezekiel 18:4, God says every soul belongs to him. But that doesn't mean that he will spare you from serving the devil if you don't turn to him before you die. Follow Jesus because he will meet your needs far more than the devil ever can.
Did you have me? I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. My first album went gold in the US in 13 weeks.
Every time I've won an award at an award show, I've been seeing it grow, and which is the 13th letter, or like the 13th seat, or the 13th row, or the 13th section. It's really a good number.
It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and he's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul, let me bleed on you.
About a week, not today, but about a week ago, I sold my soul.
It didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and in the world we can't see.
Make your jaw drop. From the beginning, she's always been a cute, sweet country singer, but as you see in her guitar with the number 13, it was about to change. This picture describes what you're about to see. Watch this.
Cause if you're there, you see the glare of everyone you burn just to get.
A young female rapper by the name of Ice Spice had just released her breakout hit song, Munch. Her song was a hit on the TikTok platform, with thousands that quickly turned to millions of people making videos using the song. The internet was obsessed with the song and the rapper, who seemingly came out of nowhere. Soon after the success of Munch, Ice Spice was everywhere, and everyone in the industry had her name in their mouth. This is when Ice Spice went from a viral sensation to an industry upcomer, and in pictures with the top artists in the game, even doing TikToks with the Kardashians. Even Nicki Minaj, who's considered the queen of rap, recently called her the princess of the rap game. Overnight, Ice Spice became one of the most talked about artists in the industry. But how? And where exactly did she come from? Was it just a stroke of luck that took her song to the next level? Her career took off organically. It's nothing more than an industry plant who, for whatever reason, was chosen and awarded a career. And she has had help since the very beginning of her music career. Ice Spice was born January 1st, 2000 in the Bronx. It appears that she was into hip-hop, but wasn't really making songs until 2022. She didn't even start rapping seriously until she left college the same year her career took off. The reason Ice Spice even started to rap to begin with was because of a producer by the name of Riot USA, who, when they met, he started working with Ice Spice, creating her first song ever, Bully Freestyle, in 2022. He would help Ice Spice go viral on Twitter, which helped her song gain some traction on SoundCloud. What most people don't know is that Riot USA was actually connected to the music industry since birth, as he was the son of the legendary radio DJ, DJ Enough. Riot USA seemed to have signed Ice Spice and used his father's connection to start getting her some attention. This would explain how Ice Spice was able to go from a completely unknown artist who just started rapping to an overnight rap star. Not long after Ice Spice dropped Munch, she would sign a record deal with 10K Project, a deal I'm pretty sure Righteous USA and DJ Enough had a part in, as it would explain how Ice Spice managed to get so many high-profile artists cosigns. It's the label owned by the son of the most powerful man in the industry, Lucian Grange, who's the head of UMG. 10K Projects is owned by Elliot Grange, whose father literally runs the music industry. This means Ice Spice is signed to the same label as Tekashi 6ix9ine and Trippy Red. This would explain Ice Spice's Drake cosign. 10K Project has access to all these big artists. It seems that 10K Project have gotten the Drizzy cosign before for another one of their artists, Trippy Red. Some of you might remember that Drake had put Trippy Red on his song God's Plan, but removed them after Trippy Red leaked the song at a club before it was out. Drake then removed the Trippy Red verse, but the cosign had already happened, and Trippy Red's name was associated with Drake's. Drake played a big role in Ice Spice's song Munch taking off as well, as early on, he played their song on his OVO radio, helping push the song to the next level with the Drizzy cosign. She was also seen pictured with Drake, which stamped her in the industry. This doesn't just happen. It's obvious 10 10K Projects used his father's industry connections to make these things happen. Ice Spice was their new chosen one. A few weeks back, Ice Spice appeared on a TikTok with Kanye and Kim's daughter, Northwest, doing the viral TikTok dance to Ice Spice's hit song, Boy's a Liar. These are not random moments. This is a well-constructed plan that was put together by 10K Projects for her success. 10K Projects is using all of their resources possible to make Ice Spice a big artist. Only a big label like 10K Projects will have the pull to make something like this happen. The Kardashians wouldn't just interact with an artist like Ice Spice if there wasn't an alternative purpose. The fact that Nicki called Ice Spice the princess of rap lets you know that it appears Ice Spice took the same oath as the rest of these artists. We remember Rihanna was called the princess of the Illuminati in her music video for S&M. She is chosen to be the next big star in the industry. It's easy to see that Ice Spice has been chosen for this. She is doing whatever she is told to succeed. She is just a puppet. Ice Spice objectifies herself, selling her beauty, just like she is selling her records. She makes herself a product alongside of her music. Her songs are about sleeping around and using men for money. The same toxic gimmick that's guiding so many women to a burning end.
Why is every celebrity in Hollywood friends with a witch? Explain this one to me.
Here with Michelle and me, and just pay very close attention to how they treat this woman. Shortly after, this is her backstage of A$AP Rocky, and this woman has deep connections with every single celebrity. I mean, many pictures and videos of her and Usher, Kim Kardashian, Migos, Kanye West, A$AP Rocky, whatever, you name it, almost every single celebrity. But who is this woman? You look her up, it says she's a fashion designer, filmmaker, producer, whatever. But she's also married to Rick Owens, and now we're getting warmer. If you know anything about Rick Owens, he's known as the Dark Lord of fashion. Now, if this woman is married to the Lord of Darkness when it comes to fashion, and she's a fashion designer, this is literally her wearing his head, you start wondering, what is she doing with all these artists? Surely it can't be all fashion, right? And then you see pictures of her with Marina Abramovich, which is outspoken for her art, but also her spirit cooking. All I'm saying is be aware of what's really going on.
Deep dive
and do your own research.
Finding out more about her. Michelle was born in the 40s. She is around 80 years old. She's worked as an attorney, a clothing designer, a performer, a producer. She was born in France but has lived in many places, including New York and Los Angeles. And she's the wife of fashion designer Rick Owens, who is also known as the Lord of Darkness in the fashion community. Michelle actually discovered Rick Owens, and a lot of people credit her for his career. One time, Michelle wore his head as a purse. I don't work in the fashion industry, so there's a lot of things that I probably don't understand, but Michelle is very highly respected among her peers. And many celebrities, like the ones pictured here. Usher, Kim Kardashian, A$AP Rocky, and Kanye West. She has a very distinct style. Every morning she draws a black line on her forehead, and she says she doesn't really have an explanation for it. She also stains her fingers black. It has been reported online that Michelle got her inspiration from the Amazigh women who also used to paint on their face. She's also known for having gold-plated teeth, but the rabbit hole that I fell into last night has people convinced that Michelle is a high priestess or witch of some sorts in the Hollywood scene. Now, I'm not saying she is or she isn't, and I simply cannot get into all of the details. The information is out there if you want to look into it, but there's so much mystery surrounding this woman. Like I said, she is highly respected in the fashion and art industries. A lot of people really love her work, and a lot of other people are convinced that she controls a lot of what is going on in Hollywood, and that there's something much more sinister going on, allegedly.
Some days the combination is right, some days a working process. So I'm doing this with a crayon, but I'm getting up and it's the first thing I do. My head does not function.
She's always just, even during the day, you have to be dressed like you're going to a cocktail party. It's hard for me to always be dressed up. It's not necessarily so much about people looking at me, but about the work that I'm making. I don't want to ruin this dress. I don't want to paint in it.
I'm playing with my teeth. Why inspire the gold? It's always something practical, The time when all of a sudden it was like, my God, what did you put in our feelings? We have to change it. And I had found in LA some kind of new age artist that was all about taking the feeling and putting gold. He put little diamonds in it to bring the light to you or whatever. So I did this thing for the
about
feeling.
Michelle Lamy. Now, I'm sure we've all seen this picture or some sort of picture of her before because she is extremely known. And she is the wife and lover of Rick Owens, the fashion designer. But she is an extremely interesting character, so I thought I would share some things about her. So she was born in France in 1944. And it was said that her grandfather made accessories for some of France's well-known back in the day. So that is where she get her, fashionable senses from. And she even studied law in the 60s and 70s and worked as a defense lawyer. And in 1979, she moved to New York and studied in Los Angeles. where she started a fashion line and started 2 cult restaurants. And in 1990, she created this fashion line called Lamy, and that is where she hired Rick Owen, who later became her business partner and her husband. So she really is the reason of his success. Now, I know that sounds like a typical fashion designer, but there are some weird, sketchy things about this woman. Not only has she dyed her fingers black, like all of her fingers are dyed black, and she literally has gold-plated teeth. She's literally plugged in with so many famous people. And I know y'all like, that is common. She's a designer. No, I'm talking about she is loved by all the celebrities. Like celebrities you wouldn't even think would make sense. And some people believe she has some supernatural abilities. And that she's more than just a fashion designer. She's even been known as the High Priestess, and her husband is known as the Lord of Darkness. So there's been so many different conspiracies about her and who she really is and what she really do, as well as Rick Owens. But a lot of people believe that is why all these celebrities love her so much, because she does magic for them. Or she just could be a super gothic woman that just loves fashion and is really loved by many.
In the music industry, to me too, because artists are raped. The contracts are made to rape the artist.
The day before you signed the contract, they was going to celebrate. Like, yo, Tyson, come to one of them parties. Tyson, like, yo, we're going to go celebrate, right? He gets to the party, whatever. Tyson, like, yo, you ready for them all? Like, it's going to change your life, you know what I mean? But he like, no, before we do that, we going to go in this room. Like, and they know what they do with the artists is easy. They send a stylist at them first.
Yeah.
And if the stylist is like, if the stylist report back and be like, oh, he ready, then they invite you to the party. I'm ready. And then next thing you know, you get invited to the party with the greeting is the man squeezing your dick.
Oh my god, I wish I brought them.
Yeah, what is that? What, are you just walking around set looking to do readings?
Every day. No, they come to me.
Oh, interesting.
They come to me.
You are a witch?
I am, indeed. The witchiest witch. Something happened recently that I actually couldn't wrap my head around. I need to remember it. I need to remember it.
To be fair, you couldn't wrap your head around it. So.
It was the witchiest thing. Yeah, I couldn't, and I didn't. I forgot it.
Keep
Wait,
going.
it was something really witchy. Oh, Jim Carrey's birthday. Thank you, Mom. I announced Eternal Sunshine on Jim's birthday.
You're more like a medium. You know, when you really get that, you know, you go into this zone and you really divorce yourself of who you are. And you just become a garment that something else puts on. Now, a lot of people sit up there and do impersonations of other folks, you know, instead of allowing that spirit, you know. But I sit up and I'll pray for a little bit and go in a dark place, go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, look in the mirror. We'll have the light on at first, and then after 1 minute, turn the light off. You know, and search until you see your own glow, your own aura, and then you watch it change.
Wow.
And it's a scary thing because you'll feel like some hands are on you, and you lose a little bit of control of what you're doing, but you know.
Now that demon is living in dirt, bro. It was a demon living in Vaughn, and now that demon is living in dirt, bro. Do your homework on that demon living in dirt, bro.
King Von scared everybody. Standing face to face with a demon that has possessed power on earth by the way of killing. The more bad, the more horrific, the more murderous things you do, the more power. That's why this demon specifically that was in the vessel of King Von garnered so much power.
I drank some hot butter. I drank some hot butter, and it had some X in it. Now, I didn't know it had the X in it, you know what I'm saying? I was sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden I started feeling this really weird feeling, you know what I'm saying? And my eyes start coming out of my ears and shit, and I'm like, really fucked up. Are you following me, dog? I follow you, man. Alright, listen, man, this is kind of a touchy subject to me, okay?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna call you back, and I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. You know what book it is, right?
Cry, man. Come on, man. Yeah, anyways, I took the X, and she started laughing at me. Now this song. Like a horse, like in pain. Okay. And she's laughing at me, and I'm crying. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because my pupils are like this big. I looked in the mirror, my pupils. You had ashtray pupils? Yeah, I had ashtray pupils from drinking the hot booger. Okay. So anyways, she goes to put a finger up my ass, right?
She's clearly being worshipped, and she knows the role she's playing, so Now, Semiramis, she originally started off in Babylon as the wife of Nimrod. In Egypt, they were known as Osiris was Nimrod, Isis was Semiramis. Now, throughout history, till even today, she's been reincarnated, and they continue to worship the same demon.
Madonna is conducting a ritual on her current concert tour. I believe she's reading a chapter in the book of Revelations about the end times, but when I show you the reading, pay very close attention to exactly what they're doing on stage. This goes on for a very long time, but I'm going to be cutting to different scenes just so you guys get the idea of what's going on.
For the time is near. He is coming as the clouds, and every eye will see him. Everyone who pierced him, and all the tribes of the earth will wear on account of him. Those of you who have learned things uncalled the deep things of Satan. I know your works. I know your toil, and your patient endurance. And how you cannot hear evil men, but have tested those who call themselves apostles. But I'm not. But I have this against you, that you have abandoned the love you had. Wanting, needing, waiting, justified. And the soul is rising out of the sea with 10 horns and 7 heads, and the last one is nailed upon his head, and the beast that howls like a leopard, his feet were like a bear's, and his mouth was like a lion's mouth, and to it the dragon gave his power. Men worshipped the dragon, for he had given his authority to the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, "Who is like the beast is to confront against the beast?" And the beast was given a mouth, uttered in a haughty and blasphemous voice.